especially for the people who are walking past to go for to vote. I mean, they'll be very appreciative of a glass of Bacardi and a prawn sandwich. You'll have to get a few in, of course, I've no doubt. You'll have hundreds of people walking up and down the road. Yeah, I remember those days when they used to come round with big placards, you know, vote Conservative, and by the way, love, we'll take you to the voting thing. Doesn't matter how you vote, we'll take you anyway, sort of thing, but we hope you vote for us. In the much earlier days of the late 40s, of course, the cars that came round were usually the mayor and his corporation and his friends who could afford cars, and I suppose could get petrol coupons or something like that, because petrol stayed rationed for a bit after the war, didn't it? And the Labour side, well, they were struggling. There was only one running car in our street in St Helens, and that was a Jag, pre-war Jag, and it belonged to Fredericks, one of the sons of the Fredericks family, who made ice cream pre-war and made ice cream post-war, but during the war their ice cream factory, which was quite a modern factory actually, it's in the town, quite small, it's occupied about the space of about 4 houses, but they were doing packaged foods for the military and stuff like that, so they were going flat out, making iron rations and other things, you know, so many thousand calories a day for soldiers and other people in those sort of occupations. So the son of the Fredericks family, one of the sons of the Fredericks family, lived in the street, and he had one of the family's pre-war Jags for which he had petrol, and that was the only car in the street that was running. There was one guy halfway up. He was reserved, but he didn't have any petrol, and he was a garage manager actually, so he was working on wagons and trucks for food transportation, so he didn't go in the army, but he didn't run a car. He had a pre-war Renault car, and that was it. That was the cars in our street. So if you were a Labour supporter and you wanted to vote, you had to get lucky and get a Conservative car to take you there, or you had to walk it, or that was it. But times changed. I mean, in St Helens, our first MP after the war was Sir Hartley Shawcross, and I don't know whether you know any history of the Nuremberg trials, but Shawcross was a judge or a solicitor, Queen's Counsel, King's Counsel, etc. And he was on the judgment panel during the war crimes trials at Nuremberg. So when the Nuremberg things had finished and we got that election in '45, he put up as the Labour man for St Helens, and I think his majorities was about 38,000, and I remember that was for the Attlee government, and the next election that followed after a couple of years, it was him again, and he still had over 30,000 majority. Anyway, he dropped out after that, and other people took on the job, but it's been solidly Labour ever since, but the majority has been going down because the population of the town has somewhat changed from being glass manufacturers in bottles, sheet glass, Pilkingtons, United Glass, Beecham's Powders, and the mining industry,